Welcome friends to CNS Viewpoint. Today we are going to talk about something that made me think about the recently held World AIDS Day of 2021. That the statement that we know how to beat AIDS. We know what the inequalities obstructing progress are. We know them, and we know how to tackle them. But the policies to address inequalities are not being implemented. But they require, much more action than what is currently being done. So, economic or social or cultural, legal inequalities, these have to end as a matter of urgency if we are to end AIDS by 2030. Only less than 109 months are left to end AIDS and keep the promise of ending AIDS. All the governments in the world needs to hear this. But we cannot end these inequalities unless we go for transformative changes. It could be political changes, it could be economic changes, social policies needs to change. They need to protect whether it is politics, economics, or social, policies. They all need to protect the rights of everyone and pay attention to the needs of disadvantaged and marginalized communities. We cannot, accept the fact that in 2020 the world lost 680,000 lives because of AIDS-related illnesses. This is so deeply unsettling, so deeply, worrisome. It is such a shame, if I can say that, because we know how to save lives from AIDS. No one has to develop AIDS because science has scientific progress. We are undermining 40 years of scientific progress. We are undermining the contribution not only of scientists but also of countless people living with HIV, communities who have volunteered their body, their soul to advance progress on HIV science, so that we can have better treatment options, but also we can have better prevention options. This is just so unacceptable that despite knowing the truth that life-saving antiretroviral therapy and the whole spectrum of HIV care and continuum of care, we can avoid any person living with HIV progressing towards AIDS. 680,000 people dying of AIDS-related illnesses is a very sad story of last World AIDS Day for me. Also, friends, 1.5 million, for those who are in India, 15 lakhs new people got infected with HIV in 2020. So 680,000 deaths because of AIDS-related illnesses in 2020, and 1.5 million people getting infected with HIV newly. This is again such a very big shock, because again I will say this, we know that there's a whole gamut of options, including treatment as prevention, gamut of choices people can use how to protect themselves from AIDS, and how we can prevent transmission of the HIV virus, whether it is from a HIV positive pregnant woman to the young baby, newborn baby, or in adults. So we know how to prevent transmission. We know how to help people living with HIV stay healthy and live full normal lives. We know treatment as prevention. There's such a strong scientific evidence and scientific body of evidence, rather I should say, for that, which basically means that people living with HIV can have life-saving antiretroviral therapy, and if they remain virally suppressed, then the risk of transmission of the virus is also negligible. So that is why they say that If the virus is undetectable, then it also means it's untransmittable. That there's a whole campaign for that. But coming back to the point here is that we know how to prevent, HIV transmission, to prevent people from getting newly infected with HIV. We know how to ensure that people living with HIV live normal, healthy lives, full lifespans, and do not progress towards AIDS-related illnesses. But then still, we had 1.5 million newly infected people with HIV and in the world in 2020, and 680,000 people lost their lives due to AIDS-related illnesses. One of the grim realities, again, just like every past year, is that tuberculosis, TB, continues to be the biggest cause of of death for people living with HIV. It's the most common opportunistic infections for people living with HIV, as well as TB has many more risk factors such as malnutrition or non-communicable diseases like diabetes, for instance, or other immunocompromised people. Also, there is a big risk of people getting tuberculosis disease. So, as well as people living with HIV are also at much elevated risk for TB disease, as well as for greater risk of conversion of latent tuberculosis into active TB disease. So, the TB, if you look at the biggest cause of death for people living with HIV, which is tuberculosis, it's the disease which is said to be preventable. It's a disease which is said that there is a confirmatory diagnosis available. It's a disease which is where governments claim that it is 100% curable. And we can add a disclaimer that drug-resistant tuberculosis, there could be some unfortunate situations where treatment options are severely limited, but by and large, TB is preventable. No one needs to die of TB, and no one needs to advance to active TB disease. We can reduce so much of risk if we do the whole. If we address this inequality and social security dimension, which got a spotlight on the last year's World AIDS Day. This year's World AIDS Day, 2021. There are still some days left in this year, 2021, and 2022 is a few days ahead of us. So, friends, the theme of the World AIDS Day is bang on the spot on inequalities, on social security, on human rights, on legal frameworks, and all what it goes in ensuring that sustainable development goals, where no one is left behind, including people living with HIV, they become a reality for each one of us, and people living with HIV too. Because HIV is not just about HIV clinics. HIV care is also about communities. It's also about every other clinic in the hospital. It's also about every other place in the community and our societies and all over the planet. It's also about food. It's also about human rights. It's also about land rights. It's also about economy. It's also about social justice. It's also about laws. We cannot have laws which are incoherent or not in line with HIV goals, for example. So coming back to the main thing, we have to ensure that no one. See, we do not have to wait till 2030. We can make this a reality even now in 2021. That no one needs to die of AIDS. No one needs to get newly infected with HIV, because we know how to do this, and we are not doing it. That is the problem. So we need to find a way to make sure that we are doing it. We are doing it. We're reaching out to as much as we can, and a lot of the answers may lie in multi-sectoral coordination, reaching out to agencies, ministries, departments, groups of people, listening to communities for a change, to shape solutions that work for the communities, to help communities themselves lead in shaping effective solutions. There's so much more. What I am regurgitating here is already known to us, especially those who have been involved with the HIV movement. So friends, let's hope that no one has to wait till 2030. There's so much more. These goals, a lot of these goals and targets can be fully or margin or to some level, considerable level, met even now. We have the tools. There's no reason to delay progress for another 109 months. The time to act is now. Let's hope it happens. With these words, I will conclude today's CNS Viewpoint, and tomorrow again at 5 p.m. India time, we will be back again with our thoughts and views and perspectives on something that made us think. So bye till then, stay safe, stay protected, and help spread the word on the integration of health and with health responses with other development silos, if I can say that. And it may also include economy, it may also include legal, it may also include other silos. So let's break the silos. Let's make the sustainable development goals come true sooner than 2030. No time to die. Bye bye. Stay safe. Bye bye.